Hey guys, it's Professor Pro. Now, I know us Animal Crossing fans have it pretty rough right now, but I think most of us can agree that we will never know the pain of Mother fans. For those of you who don't know, Mother, known as Earthbound outside of Japan, is a 3-game series created by Shigesato Itoi with a sizable dedicated fanbase. The first game, Mother 1, was released in 1989 and never appeared outside of Japan until 2015 when it was released worldwide on the Wii U Virtual Console as Earthbound Beginnings. Mother 2, what we all know as Earthbound, released in Japan in 1994 and came to North America the following year. And then we get to the problem. Mother 3, known as Mother 3, has never been officially released outside of Japan since its release in 2006. However, with the help of a fan translation, the third Mother game has become extremely popular in the West, many even calling it the best in the series. For years, Mother fans have been waiting for an official release outside of Japan, but nothing's come. It's barely even been acknowledged apart from a few, less than favorable ways.
Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!
How about this instead?
Every year, the possibility of seeing Mother 3 became less and less likely, until here we are in 2019 and still no game. But what if I told you that could all change soon? Would you believe me if I told you that Mother 3 could still be coming and an announcement could be mere weeks away? Viewers, I present to you the Mother Threeory. Get it? It's like theory, but with mother. Let's get started. So first of all, we have to establish what form we would see Mother 3. Now, that might seem like an obvious question. Most people would assume that Nintendo would just port the game over to the Switch eShop in English. After all, that would seem like the easiest route to take when it comes to giving us Mother 3. However, I see it playing out differently. I see HD. But not just Mother 3, no. The entire Mother trilogy being released in an HD remake. No, get away from the dislike button. Let me explain first. While at first glance it seems like the acknowledgement to Mother 3 on Nintendo's end has been a dank pit of nothingness, but there is some light in the dark. During an interview last E3, Reggie Fils-Aimé was asked about Animal Crossing and Mother 3. While discussing Mother 3, Reggie said this interesting tidbit, quote, "Again, we know there's a fan base for that title. It's something that we always think about in terms of where we have opportunities to reintroduce IP to fans, to do it in a way that builds new fans. We're certainly aware. No promises, no commitments, one way or another, but we are aware." End quote. Now, this may simply seem like a way to dodge the question or simply change the subject, but this quote from the Reginator speaks volumes. Reggie has been known to dodge questions regarding titles multiple times in multiple interviews, as any big figure of a company would do. But the fact that he acknowledged people's hopes for this game and even speaks about reintroducing IPs says a lot in my book. Something I find more interesting is that in a 2017 interview regarding Mother 3, Reggie once again talks about Nintendo's awareness to the game, and is quoted as saying, "Let's see where we are a year from now." We also have Nintendo saying in a press interview that this year they're planning a Switch title that, quote, "fans will be delighted to know." Now technically, that could be referring to Mario Maker 2 or Link's Awakening, but I think it'd have to be something bigger, something Nintendo knows people have been begging for. My original prediction was Pikmin 4, but a Mother trilogy is seeming more and more likely every day. And finally, as we go into the final important acknowledgement of Mother 3 from Nintendo, we have the famous "Come on Reggie, give us Mother 3" from E3 2014. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Professor Pro, you've lost it. Now you're saying that Reggie making fun of Mother fans counts as points towards the game? Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Later on in the conference, we have the much less memed yet still hilarious,
What about Star Fox?
Now, something interesting about that is, the very next year, what ended up being announced? Star Fox Zero for the Wii U. The quality of the game isn't important. Let's move on to rumors. There was a rumor back in 2016 that Nintendo was planning to bring Mother 3 to the West via Wii U Virtual Console, similar to what happened to Earthbound Beginnings, but it never occurred. There's a more recent rumor from this February that Nintendo was going to, but stopped when thinking about the controversies in the game. What controversies, you ask? Well... Now, adding all this together, this could mean that Come On Reggie Give Us Mother 3 could have in fact been hinting to a release in 2016, just like Star Fox did. But Nintendo canceling the translation made it seem more like a cruel joke. This would make a lot of sense, as like I've said multiple times in this video, Nintendo is very much aware of the pleas for anything mother related. This would mean that Nintendo has been planning to give us Mother 3 in one way or another for years. So I ask you this, what better way to get rid of potential controversies than in a remake? Of course, there's things that they couldn't take out completely, characters like the Magypsies for example, but they could tone a lot of things down. P.S. guys, this year's also Mother series 30th anniversary. This didn't really fit in with any of my other sections in the video, but it's definitely a thing. Now, let's move on to Smash Ultimate DLC. When it comes down to Smash DLC, there's a lot up for debate on what the quote-unquote rules are. Do spirits deconfirm? Is it going to be all third-party characters? Can indies make it in? Etc. And while I personally believe that spirits do deconfirm, based on the fact that Piranha Plant didn't have one before release, I understand that not everyone feels that way. However, I will be using the spirits deconfirm argument a little bit in this section, so bear with me. Anyways, let's get into it. I believe at this point that Porky, the main villain in the Mother franchise, is the most likely first-party Nintendo character to get in as DLC. Let's go through the evidence. First off, we have the villains theme that Smash Ultimate seemed to be going for. Ridley, King K. Rool, Dark Samus for example, are all antagonists for franchises already established in Smash Bros. Porky would fit that spot perfectly. Number 2, Porky is completely absent in the game. No spirit, no boss, no anything. He's the only boss from Subspace Emissary to not have any sort of appearance in the game. Sakurai and his team would never forget the main villain of a franchise. He must be missing for a reason. 3. I noticed a bit of a pattern in Ultimate. Franchises that had one rep in the first game and a second rep in Brawl all got a third one in Ultimate, except Earthbound. It's set up perfectly for the pattern. And 4. It is the year of the pig. That's just too perfect not to take advantage of. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, Professor Pro, what the heck does this have to do with Mother 3 releasing? Well, we know that Nintendo sometimes likes to announce games with relating Smash characters. Just look at Animal Crossing Switch and Isabelle's announcement. So all this evidence for Porky and Smash adds on to the evidence for a Mother Trilogy announcement. It would make sense to pair the two. Nintendo Switch Online is a terrible excuse of a service besides, you know. Yet even it gives us some possible hints to Mother Trilogy Remake. Now, as we're all aware, Nintendo Switch Online offers free NES games for the service. At the time of writing this script, we have over 35 games, yet there's no Earthbound Beginnings. I find that awfully strange considering Nintendo is well aware of the outcry for the series. You'd think they'd want to get a game out for it as soon as possible. So why wouldn't they? Well, it's possible that if Nintendo is planning to remaster all 3 Mother games for full price on the Switch, they would keep the original games off the platform, giving more incentive to buy the full package. It would be a clever business decision to sell more copies. And more evidence continues for this if we look at the 22 data-mined SNES games coming to the service at some point in the future. Earthbound is completely missing. Interesting. Now, as we all know, and it still hurts to say this, trust me, Reggie Fils-Aimé is retiring from position of President of Nintendo of America and is being replaced by Doug Bowser come April 15th. It's truly saddening. But is anyone else thinking that Reggie might want to give us one last gift before he leaves, reveal one last surprise? And I ask you, what Nintendo game is most paired with Reggie? Mother 3. We also know that since Nintendo's had a March or April Direct every year since 2012, a Direct could be approaching very soon. And this, my friends, this is my final prediction. Earthbound Remastered Trilogy will be announced in an April Direct by Reggie Fils-Aimé himself, along with Porky in Smash. Will it release this year? Well, that's where it gets iffy. You'd think they would, as 2019 is the series' 30th anniversary, but this year is so packed with games that I wouldn't be surprised if it would release next year. But what do you guys think? Am I just being insane, or does any of this make sense? Leave your opinions down below in the comments. This is Professor Pro, signing out. Hey, do you guys know what Earthbound character is even more likely for Smash?